everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my channel lately, you notice that I've been really concentrating on the ancient period, Roman, Greece era, and I've mentioned in previous videos I'm going to be working on some dioramas for the background. I do have the, as you can see here, the TSSD that I mentioned in one of my earlier videos. I'm going to do some weathering on that and a little more detail, make it look more authentic. But as I was working on that project and getting them out of storage, I was thinking to myself, you know, there's no real Roman city or Roman buildings that they made other than the TSSD barracks one, which I'll show you here right now. This one, again, this needs painted, but just for scale, I'll put these guys in here. This is a Marx reissue Roman. This is a TSSD Roman. Kind of see the size difference, but both ones would work for that door size, I think. Maybe the Marx is a little small, but anyway. So I've been thinking about creating some type of Roman city. Now, I know a lot of you, I've seen other videos where people said, what can we use for Roman cities? Well, you can do something like this, which is pretty simple. You can just go to the pet store or aquarium and you can find these guys. A little expensive. Some are bigger than others, smaller. I'll pull out some smaller ones here. You know, these ones are cheap ones. You can get those at Walmart, a couple bucks. And they're pretty good for scale, if you look at a figure there. But again, these are ruins, and I'm not looking for ruins. I actually wanted to build some type of city. Here's another one that I found. Okay, and again, not too bad if you wanted to do some type of ruin background and just have a couple figures in your snapshots. If you're doing some still photos, those of you that collect the vintage stuff, you'll know what this piece comes from. This is actually a reissue one, but this is, I don't have all the pillars up there, but this is the stage area for the Marx Arena Coliseum. This would go on top like so. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but this is the top piece. It would be up here. But again, not bad. Probably not the scale for the larger TSSD guys or Conte figures, but it's a start. And from there, I got to thinking, you know, where can I go and how can I build this thing? I do a lot of dioramas out of foam, but I don't want to cut columns. As you can see, I mean, this is just a plastic column. A lot of detail on this. So what I came up with was these guys here. They are detailed on one side, so this would be your top side here. And they're plastic and they're fairly cheap. And those of you that do any cake decorating or know that ever seen a wedding cake before, one of the really large ones, you'll know exactly what these are. These are just the pillars that they use in between cake layers, and it holds up the next layer of cake. So I bought about 8 this size, and I have another order in for 16 more, half this size. So I think that would be pretty close to this. I'm waiting for those to come in. And with those, I'm going to build some type of street layout, city, Rome city. So it's not just a fort wall like you see here. I also want to add this guy. I think that would look cool, maybe between, you know, 2 of these pillars, something like that. This is just another, I think I got this at Walmart too. It's just from aquarium. And then finally for my roads, I was going to cut a lot of roads into foam, and I said, man, I still have this felt that I bought years ago, and I think a Michaels or AC Moore or something like that. They had it by the Christmas stuff. Now you can see here, give you a little bit of a close-up. This is just cobblestone roads, and it's just printed on felt. Okay, so I'm gonna find a board, probably gonna glue that down, go with something like that. I cut this comes in 3-foot sections, and I cut it 6 inches wide. So it'll definitely be wide enough for, you know, a road in Rome, let's say, Greece, wherever. And it'll definitely be wide enough for a chariot, you know, one of the Mark's chariots to go through. So yeah, that's what that's my next project that I'll be working on for the next week or two. And I will give you guys a full video and a how-to I did on the diorama. But as of right now, this is what we're working with, and I'm waiting for the other pillars to come in. I think they'll look cool. So stay tuned for more details. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This has been a fun 2.5, 3-week build of small background dioramas for the Roman Empire, or the ancient civilizations as it would be. As I said earlier, I took some of these foam or felt pieces and I just mounted them to MDF boards. So this way I can move these around, create different streets. They're all straights, and this is 2 feet long right here. So just to give you some idea of the scope here, the size. So first off, everywhere in Rome or ancient cities, you will see sculptures, whether bronze, gold, and this one here, a little too close, sorry. I just took an old plastic horse, I believe it was a Mark's horse, and just painted it and made some scatter terrain for the ancient area. What did I use for the base? Right there. Better Homes and Gardens. It's a candle, wooden base from the candle top. So something simple like this, easily. Just took it, like I said, an old plastic horse, and thought it looked cool. So that was a simple, easy scatter terrain piece. Next one is the one I showed earlier, I believe, which was just some pieces from, what do you call it? Aquariums, I guess. They were just ancient ruins. These are just resin, I guess. And I just made it, put it on another scatter terrain piece, MDF board. Let me get this out of here for you. And smaller pieces, but you could always use them in the dioramas. So, and I did some static grass on them. Again, just some background piece. So, another piece I made was this. Now this is 2 feet long. Let me back up here. This was an old plastic, I believe, MPC, either Fort Apache or Fort Comanche. This is one piece, the gate, these open and swing. Another piece here. Never had the rest of the fort, but I had these 2 pieces laying around. Looked like a Roman traveling fort, if you're familiar with those. So I just did some Sculpt-A-Mold in the front, added a little wagon wheel there, a little chariot wheel from a Mark's reissue, and yeah, put a little lock on the gate on the back, so that'll open and close. And again, just something for the background for a Roman traveling fort. So there you go. Let's see, another ruin piece. We'll stick with this first. This is the getting a little bit larger here. This is a 8x8, I believe, base. Again, I made it all out of foam. So this is just sculpted foam. And this piece here, again, was a resin piece from aquarium. So get a better look there. Put some scatter in there. Didn't even bother with the back. Again, these are just background pieces. Don't have to paint the back, don't have to worry about it. These are going in the background, folks. So don't waste your time doing a whole 360 diorama, all right? What is this here? It's another plastic animal, the dollar store lion, I believe, or tiger, something like that. And just glued it down, painted it up, made it look like a statue. And I know I'm gonna get some critiques from people saying that nothing was colored like this back in Rome. Everything was painted bright colors and everything. I know. I did my research, but I thought just simple diorama background, painted simple grays and blacks and whites would go better with any ancient era. So it wouldn't just be a Roman or just Greek. So, but thank you for the comments that I know I'm gonna get. So here you go, next piece. And yes, I did go overboard this week. I made several diorama pieces, scatter terrain, if you will. Again, just another plastic toy animal, dollar store. I think it was like $1 or $2 for that. And this piece back here is another cast resin piece for an aquarium. This piece here is 12 inches long and I believe 8 inches wide. Again, but this one I did do a 360 on this. This could be more in the center of a city, so if you wanted it to be able to have 360 a look at this, you could. Had some old foam bricks and stuff I threw in there, make it look destroyed. But so there you go, something simple. Again, 1-inch foam, or 1/2-inch foam, I believe, and aquarium background with a plastic animal. Even you can make this. Next up, more scatter terrain. Of course, in Rome or Egypt or wherever, you need some obelisks. So I made 2 simple obelisks. Put some grass, static grass at the bottom of these. So these could be placed anywhere. Again, just more scatter terrain in a Roman city or an ancient city. And made them 2 different sizes. Get into some bigger things here. I showed this earlier, I believe. So here's the larger piece. I'm gonna back up here just so you can get that all in there. These are just pieces of purple. I had red and purple. I thought the purple looked better. Just hang them down like banners, I guess. This road I actually attached, so that is a 12-inch wide. The MDF board is, or excuse me, two foot wide, 2 foot long. And this is probably a 1.5 foot width, but it is one big board, and then I attached the background to this. So there's those columns I talked about from cake decorating. This is just a statue again from aquarium. And this piece up here, the decorative piece, is just a piece of wood from Home Depot. So nothing special there. And then I cut the bricks in the back. Did a nice wash on that. Put some dirt. Again, a lot of different colors here. I can't tell you exactly which ones I used, but you can see it's got a good white washing and then a black wash and then some browns in there. So wanted to make it look like old world, but I didn't want this one looking destroyed so much. So I left it, you know, did put some cuts and stuff in the brick work, but nothing major. You know, it's not destroyed. It's not Rome burning yet. So again, it could be used at any time, I believe. So let's go with the next one. Not as large, but still it is 2 feet wide. Did a sort of an archway here. And I put the road bed going underneath it. Again, just some simple brickwork. Now these columns are a little shorter than the last one. Did some different decorative wood across the top. And then again, another plastic animal. Looked like the Roman eagle. So I put that on top. And there you have it, some type of archway. Again, I did a lot of research looking at different 3D versions of what Rome looked like back in those days, but I didn't make this look like anything in particular, okay? This is not, oh, this is dedicated to such and such, you know, god or whatever back then, Apollo. No, this is just arbitrary scatter work that I made. Could be used at any time frame in the ancient era. So nothing in particular that I do there. Now here, got to have some type of temple, especially in Athens or Rome. This one's a little bigger, but it is still 12 inches wide, or excuse me, 2 feet wide. I keep saying 12 inches. Probably going to be mounting this yet. This is not mounted yet. It's very light. I want to give it a little bit more stability. So a little bit different piece of wood at the top, but that is still just a piece of wood from Home Depot. There's another one underneath there, if you can see that, up top. So I put another one underneath for a little more decoration. Just printed this off of the internet. Used the purple drapers in the back, drapes, and just put a board in back, black board, so you didn't see straight through it. Still thinking about putting maybe a statue there in the middle, or a Greek god statue or something like that. Maybe a bull. I don't know if I can find one, but another plastic animal I could paint up. But so there you go. Larger temple of sorts. Again, nothing in, no specific one. And again, this is not a 3D one, or you know, all 4 sides. Just the front. This is just another backdrop. This thing is only probably 4 inches thick, 4 inches wide, so it's not a complete building. It's just a nice backdrop to have. So coming down to the last 2. Made a little Roman villa, I guess you could say, or well, it'd have to be Roman because it's a Roman soldier on top of that statue. But this was just a plastic figure. I think I got it at Michael's or something like that. And yeah, just did a, like, I was thinking about an army barracks or Roman barracks or something in back. Got the plastic, I guess it's like a stucco type roof material. This is just plastic that you buy. And then I had these nice cut hedges that are actually railroad hedges for, I believe, HO scale or maybe O scale. And then I just did some creeping vines on the sides. So made it look like a side of a house in a Roman villa. Again, back of this is not finished. It's just a backdrop piece. Okay. And the last one that I've been working on, again, just another Roman house, Roman villa. Got a, I believe that's Caesar. This figure came with the other soldier figure, so took the very small cake decorating columns and used them for put statues on top. Again, used the hedges, did the creeping vines, made a little wall in front, used the same plastic. Put a door on this one. This one is two-sided though, so could use this on as a corner picture or something like that, like this. But again, only two sides are finished, not the back or the other side. So there you go. Just giving you guys some ideas of what you're going to be seeing in the near future on my ancient toy soldiers that I'm going to be reviewing. I think I have some CTS, classic toy soldiers, I'm going to be doing, and some HAT, H-A-T, figures I'm going to be reviewing. Those are 1/32 scale, so wanted to have some different backdrops for those coming up instead of the mountain. If you watch one of my other videos, you'll know the mountain went to a Jurassic Park diorama that I made for a local store. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got some ideas for yourself to make your own backdrops. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, want to know more about how I made these, don't hesitate to put a comment in there. As always, thanks for watching.